Thank you for checking out crypto.chartguys.com, the source for technical analysis in the cryptocurrency world. We are proud to announce our own crypto alert system designed to give you the most critical technical trading information possible no matter where you are. Keep your eyes on the market with mobile or email alerts for MACD crosses, RSI levels, and even inside bar alerts for dozens of coins across multiple exchanges. New features and proprietary ChartGuys indicators are already in development. Our alert system is very easy to customize and utilize, so don't hesitate to sign up for the most effective crypto trading tool on the market at crypto.chartguys.com. Hello everyone, checking in. We're going to be looking at the big three and then three of the altcoins that members have voted for. Was going to go live today, but something has come up, so just going to put out this recorded video as usual, and we'll go live tomorrow as usual. So what we're looking at on Bitcoin on the daily time frame is a temporary top, and we see an inside bar that just broke bearish earlier today with this pullback. So the break of 16,251 was a bearish signal, and from there we dropped $500. So that was a signal to be used to avoid some of that pullback, perhaps either re-entering lower for an oversold bounce or looking at other names. I personally, the past couple of days, as I've been saying in these videos, I've been holding positions longer, and I've been distributing my funds between them, and my percentage on what goes into what has been shifting depending on where we are positionally. So I am shifting around quite a bit, but knowing that everybody is in a bullish uptrend on the daily time frame certainly helps doing that. So as soon as we saw a bear break on Bitcoin through that level, I exited, and then I scaled into Ethereum on the pullback because I like the way that Ethereum is poised on the chart. We'll look at that in just a moment. But it's not game over for Bitcoin. This is the daily chart. The last consolidation we had on the daily was at 14,230. Anything above that level maintains a higher low. So we broke the lower high pattern. Now we look for higher lows and higher highs to continue. We just had the bull MACD cross. No red flags on this chart unless we see increasing bear volume on multiple red days in a row, or we break 14,230. In terms of resistance, we have a double top. 17,178 is the level that the bulls have to break in order to be looking for continuation heading to the all-time high. This is just a bit of a pullback at this point. Look at the 4-hour time frame. Look at how similar it was to this action back here. We had a double top. That's not where resistance is. There we go. So we had a double top of resistance. We broke support and we pulled back, and then we turned around and then the bulls came back again. Look at a new double top. We broke this low. Bears took over. It was more of a pullback on more volume than last time, but look how similar it looks. It's just a little bit more drawn out. This time we had a couple candlesticks. This time we had 5 candlesticks. So without a doubt, we pulled back harder, and it's just a question of now, can the bulls recover like they did last time? So what we have is our new higher low of support. 15,755 is a must hold for the bulls. You can see we're clearly forming higher lows on these bases of consolidation, and there's going to be no red flag unless we lose this level now, this low. So multiple positions you could use, multiple levels in terms of where you exit. If you exit on a shorter term time frame and smaller risk, you would exit at 15,755 breaks. If you're looking longer term and want to get more wiggle room, it's 14,230. So the hourly time frame right now trying to bounce. We did just see a little 15-minute higher low and higher high on this oversold bounce. So we got oversold on the 5 and 15-minute time frame, and that was a buying opportunity as we flushed under 16,000 psychological support. So like I said, what I did was I liked the positioning of ETH on the chart. It is still being affected by Bitcoin. So when Bitcoin was dumping here and getting oversold, I said, okay, I'm going to essentially do the same thing I would be doing on a Bitcoin oversold entry, but I'm going to do it for Ethereum, even though we're not as oversold, because the correlation is there. So I assumed that if we bounce on Bitcoin, we're going to bounce on Ethereum right back towards that all-time high. So another thing that I like on these charts for Ethereum is the hourly time frame on GDAX. Those exponential moving averages that are on that chart by default are the 12 and 26 period. They're acting as support, and if we look at Ethereum on the hourly time frame, every one of these consolidation lows is bouncing off those exponential supports. And Bitcoin and Litecoin, it's currently resistance rejecting the price. So it's a significant difference in where they stand on the charts. So I entered here on this consolidation of Ethereum down in the 1080s and a little bit in the 1070s. Nothing in the 1060s, but at that point, Bitcoin was oversold enough that we were looking for the bounce to play out. So I'm currently in an Ethereum position. I took half of my profit coming up to our resistance wall. That's a bit of that insurance play. And then I will enter at that wall of resistance, buying into it with that half if it does begin to fall. So a very clear higher low pattern on the hourly time frame for Ethereum to be watching. Let's zoom out to the daily and see the overall picture. I pointed out a couple days ago, after 6 green days in a row, that, this doesn't happen very often on Ethereum. If you scroll back historically, how many times have we seen 7 green days in a row on Ethereum? And the answer is not often. It has happened a couple times, but now we're on 8 green days in a row after a daily inside bar bull break. So there's a clear difference between the two. Inside bar bull break on the daily for Ethereum, bear break for Bitcoin. So here we are, still at all-time highs. If we lose this hourly higher low pattern, I will be out. Our most recent higher low established here is 1079.52, and our resistance multiple tops just under 1100 psychological, and the bulls are looking for that 1100 break. It's essentially an ascending triangle where we stand right now. Horizontal resistance and higher lows as the range tightens, and we're going to see a break sometime in the next, this is the 15-minute chart. I'd say we see a break within 4 hours or so. So key higher lows have to hold. Resistance at the all-time high is very clear, and the bulls are looking good on Ethereum as long as those higher lows hold. If we lose those levels, then we're going to see some more drawn-out consolidation. The 4-hour chart for Ethereum, extremely strong. Haven't seen a red candlestick here in a while. So inside bar forming on the 4-hour time frame. If this inside bar were to break bearish, it's the same thing as the hourly higher low pattern being lost. Litecoin, inside bar on the daily time frame is forming now. So again, remember, it's about a day behind Bitcoin in terms of the positioning on the daily chart. So a normal inside bar forming, the bull MACD cross is getting closer and closer. 4-hour time frame looking for a healthy higher low, which at this point is 265.24, but the bulls have to see a more convincing bounce to be confident that that higher low is going to stand. Look at these inside bars on the 4-hour time frame. 1, 2, 3, 4 inside bars, bear break. That bear break at 282.27 would have saved from about $17 worth of pullback. So again, these inside bar bear breaks will save you money in terms of if you are exiting bullish positions to be protective. So now we're looking at the hourly time frame for Litecoin, also bouncing very similar to Bitcoin. Same pattern, the 15-minute time frame with a higher low and a higher high. So if you're in these names, you want the 15-minute higher low to hold to see the bounce continue to play out. And for Litecoin, that's at 268. And for Bitcoin, that is at 16,020. So again, you can see how many levels that we can pick out just by zooming in. And it all depends on if you're day trading and short term, or if you're swing trading and longer term in terms of which support and resistance you're going to be utilizing. So out of those big three now, in terms of who is the best position, Ethereum is clearly the best position at all-time highs, very little resistance. That's going to remain the case until we lose this hourly higher low pattern. Litecoin, we're watching for another potential explosive move early this coming week to give us that daily bullish MACD cross. If we see a daily inside bar bull break, that will be a signal as well that the bulls are following through. And for Bitcoin, we're looking for these 15-minute higher lows and higher highs to continue to give us some more convincing action that our 4-hour higher low has formed. Look at the last time. It has a 4-hour inside bar and then a bull break. Let's see if we get this inside bar, which is very likely, and we'll see how we break this 4-hour inside bar that's forming on Bitcoin. Again, very similar action back here, a little bit more of a pullback, but certainly worth watching historically to see how it played out, to see if that's what's going to be happening again to give us that daily higher low pattern. So all in all three of these names are still in daily uptrends. We're just looking to establish higher lows on the daily for Bitcoin and Litecoin, and Ethereum has yet to consolidate to the point that it needs to form a daily higher low. That will begin happening if we lose the hourly higher low pattern. Currently, I have long positions in all of the big three that I am not touching. My trading positions are currently all in cash and Ethereum, and I will be looking to shift that around depending on how the conditions change. Still holding my Golem trade. I've been trading it a little bit more actively, locking in profits as it trades inverse to Bitcoin. And like I said in another video, what I'm doing is hedging a bit. If I find myself with all of my trading position on one account in Bitcoin, I'm going to be looking to get into an altcoin as well to act as a bit of a hedge so that if Bitcoin does go down, that altcoin likely going to go up a little bit just to offset that. So now we're looking at Ripple. Ripple on the US dollar here with inside bars forming. So a daily inside bar just formed. We're currently about to form another on declining volume. And we're going to look for a break of these inside bars tomorrow, which will be Monday. 4-hour time frame shows the tightening range. So we have the low of our pullback, the high of the bounce, higher low, and now a lower high. We're right up at that level. So the range that I'm watching right now is 285 resistance to 256 support. That's the current range. The bulls are on their way to turning things around, but we haven't broken the lower highs yet. You can see the high bounce attempt, and then another lower high, and then another lower high. We do have our higher low now, but we still have to break the lower high pattern and see a 4-hour bull MAC decross for the bulls to be comfortable on this move. The hourly time frame, we can see we have another support level if we want to get a little bit more picky. 2696 is a support, and this resistance, we can pick another resistance level out at 281. So 2696 and 281 is the tightest channel to be watching, and the bulls need that break of 285 to see that bull MAC decross on the 4-hour time frame. Personally, I would consider getting into Ripple if we do get that bull break on the 4-hour time frame with the bull MAC decross to go along with it, because after that resistance, after 285, is 306. TRXBTC also forming a daily inside bar on declining volume during consolidation. The 4-hour time frame is extremely tight. Highlighted it in the last video for the potential of the bulls shifting things in their favor, and we are still holding higher lows. So if you look at these higher lows, we have 1, 2, 3, and just now we're going to use that as our 4th on this candlestick, and that's at 894. The bulls do not want to break that level, because if we break 894, we are very likely to break 855 and lose this 4-hour higher low pattern that the bulls still have in their favor. Our new key resistance level is 1087, the high of this little bounce attempt, and the bulls have to get through that level to turn the trend in their favor. So new key support 894 needs to hold, and resistance is 1087. Hourly time frame shows that little lower high resistance pattern, but also shows the higher lows as we get very tight. Need to follow through and confirm this bullish candlestick that just formed. So definitely worth keeping an eye on TRX. The setup is not there just yet. If we get a break of these lower highs a little bit more clearly, then that will be a nice indication that the bulls are showing back up on the 4-hour time frame. So both XRP and TRX getting very close to their 4-hour time frames going bullish, but still a resistance level to break before we're comfortable. ICXBTC, daily chart, inside bar, bull break. So we're getting a lot of daily inside bars with some nice signals on these coins over the past couple days. And that inside bar bull break was at 479, and we went all the way up to 665. So again, big time gains signaled by a daily inside bar break on the longer term time frame. Looking at the 4-hour chart, now we're consolidating after that breakout and volume climax at the top. Inside bar is going to form on the 4-hour time frame to be watching, and we'll see which direction that inside bar breaks after it forms. Hourly chart, healthy consolidation, equilibrium pattern. Our high of the move is resistance. Our low of consolidation is support at 5793. Lower high resistance at 648. And we're looking for a little higher low here compared to 5793. So if I were in a position, I would be utilizing this hourly equilibrium pattern, and I could watch it on the 15-minute time frame for more clarity with more clear levels here. And clearly a different scenario where TRX and XRP are waiting for the bulls to show up to give us those breaks of the lower highs, while ICX has already broken bullish and is seeing healthy consolidation and an hourly and 15-minute equilibrium pattern. So that's where we stand as we head into tomorrow. Lots of opportunity everywhere in terms of key setups to be watching. ETH, the big question tonight is, can we break 1100, or are we going to lose the hourly higher low pattern? Again, I will exit if the hourly higher low pattern has broken, and I will look to play other names. And that is because we have run 8 days in a row on Ethereum, so I will be exiting at the first sign of weakness, because I don't want to hold when we're going to pull back, if we're going to pull back, 5-10% from this high. So we'll see if the Bitcoin bulls can have that 4-hour time frame follow through and recover as we saw in the past. I appreciate you watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.